And speaking of absurd, Lindsey Graham says recent Biden statement is dumbest thing in the world. This is, by the way, from a man. Has Lindsey Graham ever passed a bill of his own? Do we ever bother to look that up? Like, a bill that came of his own impetus, where he actually created it. Let's see. Lindsey Graham bill. Sponsored bills, co-sponsored bills, sponsored legislation. Graham has co-sponsored 4 bills. Let's see. In the ideology realm, Graham is center-right, according to this site. Look at this thing. This is GovTrack. Yipes. Hi. Hello. Welcome. Thank you for clicking on my link. I am a gentleman looking for a good time. If you are too, please fill out the form below. And remember, no wiggly woos. All right. Committee membership. So he's on these committees. Enacted legislation. Okay, so Graham was the primary sponsor of 16 bills that were enacted. The most recent include. Okay, he didn't write them though. He's the primary Senate sponsor. So the Appropriations Act, Bankruptcy Administration Improvement Act of 2020, Secret Service Overtime Pay Extension Act, Antitrust Criminal Penalty Enhancement and Reform Permanent Extension Act, Antitrust Criminal, this is all big tech stuff, Temporary Reauthorization and Study of Emergency Scheduling of Fentanyl Analogs Act. Jesus Christ. Temporary Reauthorization and Study of the Emergency Scheduling of Fentanyl Analogs Act. Way to co-sponsor, be the primary sponsor on a temporary extension of a study on fentanyl. Okay. Department of State Foreign Operations and Related Programs Appropriations Act. National Guard and Reservist Debt Relief Extension Act of 2019. View all. Let's see. Hold on. What was that? What was that last little thing that said at the bottom of that? Does 16 sound like a lot? Very few bills are ever enacted. Most legislators sponsor only a handful that are signed into law, but there are other legislative activities that we don't track that are important, including offering amendments, committee work, oversight. We consider a bill enacted. Okay, issue areas. These are the things he cares the most about. International affairs, crime and law enforcement, government operations, politics, and immigration. And so these are the two things. He's a tough on crime, tough on Iran, pro-Israel Republican is the idea. His most recent ones, a resolution designating July 21st, 2021 as Glioblastoma Awareness Day, a bill to combat the theft of trade secrets by China, Paris Island Protections Act, State Fix Act of 2021, Secure and Protect Act, Pain-Capable Unborn Children Protect, what? Pain-Capable Unborn Child Protection Act. So this is an anti-abortion bill. By the way, the 12 weeks that they keep pushing, it's when you can first see, where are we? There he is. One of the reasons why why they pick 12 weeks is that's when you can tell a child has spina bifida or major deformities, where the child, they go, well, they can feel pain at that point. They can also die in pain because they're decaying over the course of months. But they don't care about that. I mean, women are broodmare for the states. Okay.
So we got to graduate people in cybersecurity with degrees. So we got to wait for
What is he looking at? Does he not know he's on camera yet? Those muffins were good.
Graduation day if kids can never get back in school. So I'm thinking 2041 we'll have this situation handled.
Jesus Christ. Who shaved off half of Brian Kilmeade's eyebrows to make him look more like an evil Snapchat filter?
Senator Lindsey Graham to join me.
See what I mean? What has happened? What happened? Was it an accident? Did you lose a bet with your kids? Kilmeade, what happened? Pencil some of that shit in, man, because something's weird.
On this very topic. Senator, something brand new in your long career. Our country was brought to its knees by our own pipeline. Russian hackers, but not Russian-sponsored hackers. Well, the one
important distinction. I don't want to stop any of our funding.
One that did it, and the president wants us to go to college.
So let me just say this, Brian. The two responses from the President Biden and his spokesperson are unnerving.
Yeah, the spokesperson that did that, Lady G has had some brandy. This is going to get fairly tipsy, I'm guessing.
Naive, they're weak, and they don't show an understanding of the problem. He should be saying, we're going to prevent this in the future. I'm going to have a national strategy to upgrade cyber.
They do. They already do.
Security for critical infrastructure like financial.
It's in the infrastructure bill.
Services and energy. And oh, by the way, if you have an electric car, apparently you can't attack a power plant. That was the dumbest thing in the world. If we had all electric cars, the pipeline hack wouldn't matter. Well, what if they take down the power company, the power unit you plug your car into? So they're just...
Well, a lot of people have solar panels and battery backups in their houses. A lot of Tesla owners have literally have a battery pack on their wall in their garage that gets energy off peak hours that's stored that, and if you have two of them, you can run your whole goddamn house for 3 days and charge your car, stupid.
Disconnected, they don't understand. Prevention. Get every major company in the...
Prevention, he's saying we need more people to study these things so that in the future, because it is an expanding threat, we need the personnel available to push back against this. This is a long-term strategy. There are... Okay, God damn it. Now I have to go look up the... Biden cyber infrastructure. By the authority vested in me as the president by the Constitution and laws of the United States, hereby as follows. Section 1, policy, persistent, increasingly sophisticated malicious cyber campaigns that threaten the public sector. There's other... Okay, this... Hold on, let me shrink this down. Toggle large... No, I want to toggle it. Toggle high contrast. This is great if you're old. You're going to read all the cyber security stuff. This is 18 pages long. This is the statement and release, same day, along with it. What's he supposed to do? Bang his fist on the... I mean, I guess he could respond the way Trump responded by going, I don't know why Russia would do that kind of thing. Removing barriers to sharing threat information. These are the breakdown of it. National security systems reporting requirements, type of contractors associated with service providers be covered by proposed contract language. Within 90 days receipt of recommendations described in subsection of this, the FAR Council shall review the recommendations and publish for public comment proposed updates to FAR. I mean, this is a working government. Modernizing federal government cybersecurity. This is all the stuff they're going to do in terms of that. These are all the break. Enhancing software supply chain security. Same thing. Like, he's going to break down. Here's all the elements of it. I mean, within 45 days of this order, Secretary of Commerce, acting through the Director of NIST in consultation with the Secretary of Defense, acting through Director of the NSA, the Secretary of Homeland Security, acting through Director of CISA, the Director of OMB, Director of... shall publish a definition of the term critical software for inclusion in the guidance issued pursuant to subsection E of this section. That definition shall reflect the level of privilege or access required to function, integration and dependencies with other software, direct access to networking. So you can parse out what qualifies as integral cybersecurity software and just kind of password normal stuff that isn't up to the level of protecting this kind of stuff. By the way, don't forget to like and subscribe. You have a thumbs up. How are you? Good evening. And thank you to our new members who have joined today on YouTube. You can also subscribe on Twitch, twitch.tv/HalSparks. Use your Amazon Prime account. Won't cost you a dime. Okay, back to the flailing about of Lady G, who, by the way, has never, insofar as I've seen in what we were looking at, and I hope I'm wrong about this, never was the primary sponsor, certainly, but was I'm not sure if he's even co-sponsored a bill that specifically deals with cybersecurity. Oh, yes, that's right. Thanks, Cosmic Rose, for reminding everybody. We're cutting clips from the show, so help us boost them by giving us a thumbs up or a like on those as well, even if you were there during the stream. That really helps us out as well. We try to put out little pieces so that not everybody can digest the whole 3 hours.
In the country to upgrade their cybersecurity systems, reward them when they do by saying you can't be sued if you're attacked, if you're doing the right thing. Deterrent.
Why is that always the backup? God damn. You can't be sued if you're doing the right thing? If you're doing the right thing, what do people have to sue you for? You mean create the lowest level of responsibility on a governmental level, and then protect you from getting sued if you can't even meet that basic bottom level of security, and it ends up getting people killed.
Deterrence. Let Russia know. Did Russia know about this? Did the Pakistan?
Yeah, let Russia know. Did Russia know about this?
Pakistanis know that bin Laden was living in Pakistan?
What?
For years? Yes. Do the Russians know they have cyber?
Yeah. Yeah. The Pakistanis knew for years. So the Bush-Cheney White House and the Republicans running everything just didn't give a goddamn. I mean, I do remember Bush saying, I don't really think about him all that much.
Criminals in their backyard attacking infrastructure all over the world? Yes. So let's create a cyber terrorism law that would give the United States the authority to go against DarkSide as if it was a terrorist organization.
Why? It doesn't help. It makes no difference in the enforceability of it. It's still a crime. It's better to go after it as a crime.
So that's called deterrence and accountability.
No, it isn't.
Start holding Russia accountable.
If you make all cybercrime terrorism, then only terrorists will commit cybercrime.
For allowing this behavior to happen in their backyard with impunity. That's what I would do.
Senator, I mean,
Then do it. You are a sitting senator. Draft the fucking bill. Draft it. Have your staff put it together. Introduce it in committee. That's what, I mean, I don't get that part. He's in the Congress. He's in the Senate. The president signs bills drafted in the House and Senate. What is he waiting for? How is this Joe Biden's problem when he issues an executive order with all these directives in it, but you want a real law? Put it together.
It's a great analogy because Pakistan didn't tell bin Laden to come. They pretended like he wasn't there, but we all knew that they knew he was there. They're mad at us for killing him, just like Vladimir Putin. How dare you accuse me of allowing this dark group to exist in my country?
Right.
By the way, the problem with Vladimir Putin's track record, he kills people who don't do things that he likes. These guys seem to be pretty secure. They even have a drop-down website. They have a press agency.
Yeah.
What?
Well, it's funny.
Oh, you mean the dark side group?
They never attack Russia. All of these cyber terrorist organizations operating inside Russia leave Eastern Bloc countries alone. They never attack Russia. So
right, because they'll get killed. And they're acting on behalf of the government largely.
deterrence is achieved by changing our laws so that we can put people in jail and maybe even
We've indicted a shit ton of hackers. We have to catch them.
use the death penalty for cyber terrorism against members of DarkSide, up the ante so they be.
Why would you add death penalty to it for cyber crimes if you know that all they have to do is go to a country that will protect people from the death penalty? All these countries that would have handed them over to us, now if we're giving them the death penalty, won't give them to us. Write this bill up so everybody can laugh at it.
They'd be less likely to do it, and start a dialogue with Russia that you're allowing this to happen in your backyard with impunity. Right. We're going to start holding you accountable.
Senator, I wish
we are. We
lived in the world where we can rationalize our way out of this and be civilized. But sadly, we're on the back foot because we expect people to act with integrity. When are we going to get on the offensive? Right. And I fast forward to something else you have a passion for that you do a lot of your free time, where you go visit and find out the latest.
Yipes. You mean hang out with Trump? Here it comes. Here comes the easy part. Oh my God, this is why I'm here. Oh Lord. please let him ask me a question about golf and what it's like and how Trump is doing and what's going on with him.
The latest, and that's what's happening in Israel. They've been absorbing about 1,200 rockets.
Oh, no, Israel. Shit.
Rockets have been fired at Israel since Monday.
You see his face drop? Like, oh, Israel. I thought you were asking me about Mar-a-Lago.
They've answered back. We're watching on the outside. And Iran had got a big thank you from Hamas for the sophisticated rockets they gave them. Is there a link between the weakness we've shown in Vienna in these talks and what's happening in the Persian Gulf to our ships and the rockets that are hitting Israel right now?
Yeah, they're testing the new administration. Happens all the time. I'm sorry, are we supposed to like start shitting our pants and flinging poo every direction and panic?
Number one, they wouldn't be doing this if Trump
Yes, and Lindsey is hammered.
were president. Hamas would
Well, I would say he's maintenance drunk right now. I wouldn't say hammered.
not. The Iranians would be afraid that Trump would hold them accountable. So they're testing Biden, and the response by the Biden administration is there's moral equivalency here. There is no moral equivalency. They have a dispute about right-of-ways around a mosque. You don't send 1,100 rockets aimed at civilians indiscriminately to resolve that dispute. So what I'm going to
Yeah, that's it. That was there. So they launched 1,100 rockets because of a roadway. Is that your interpretation of it? And this is, you're the expert.
do is sit down with some Democratic colleagues and tell Israel, I know you're using Iron Dome rockets to protect yourself. Count us in for resupplying you. I'm sure you have all you need, but I want to go full, all
I'm at John's running you in the background. How you both getting watching? Oh, I see. Thank you.
in on making sure they have all the defensive rockets they need to protect themselves. And I wish the President of the United States would take a more aggressive approach and tell Iran that you're the largest state sponsor of terrorism. All the rockets coming out of Hamas, for the most part, have come from Iran. We're not going to sit down and talk to you about sanctions relief.
Yeah, and then you just told them that the U.S. should supply more Iron Dome missiles to Israel, missiles that are far more advanced than anything Iran can come up with or anything they could get to Hamas. You're basically saying this is a proxy war between the United States and Iran. All the more reason to find some way to normalize our relations with Iran, worldwide international relations with Iran, and stop them from doing this.
Until you stop supplying Hamas and Hezbollah with rockets to destroy the state of Israel. If he would do that, he would get Iran's attention.
Senator Graham, you let off the show with a bang. Now you can go party.
Sorry, I think he was already partying before the show, and he let it off with a bang. You're really going to say that over video of Hamas firing hundreds of rockets into Israel? Off with a bang? 11 kids were killed, you dumb fuck.
Thank you. Appreciate it. I went on Brian Kilmeade.
Oh, my God. Hi, Brian Dillweed. Jesus.